It's been a long and wet day out there, so I'm really glad to get inside. But a great tournament for the European Tour to come to Denmark, and a fantastic result for yourself as well. Just give us your thoughts on winning this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you said it's a fantastic event. You know, for the European Tour, there's kind of been rumours of an event in Denmark the last few years, and you know, now that we're here and it's on, it's been absolutely incredible. You know, obviously the crowds I think everyone's seen watching on TV would have been able to sample that atmosphere, and to play in front of that was absolutely incredible. Coming from the PGA last week, and it definitely had that same feel about it. I had a kind of major feel to it, especially coming down the last 4 holes there with the crowds so big round that 16 greens, absolutely incredible. You know, this summer I feel more confident than I've ever done. And you know, I just kept telling myself today at some point it's going to get tough, but I knew I was swinging the club really well, with a really good warm up. I felt really confident in what I was doing, and you know, I was happy to see the win come up, because I knew then it would be really difficult for someone to kind of come out of the pack a little bit more and catch us up.
And the round yesterday, to shoot 5 in the par in that conditions was you know, fantastic display. But how did today compare to that, and your mindset playing the final round?
Yeah, I mean, I think the wind was a little bit more into and straight down today, whereas yesterday it was more across the golf course, which made, you know, for right-handed golf, for the back nine in particular, the wind was off the left, which is about the toughest wind, and it was as strong as it's been all week. So it was a really tough back nine yesterday in particular, but today a little bit less wind and it was more direct into you. So the greens being softer after the rain this morning, you were able to go at a few more flags, and you know, from the start, you know, hitting driver off one and getting my wedge there, give myself a good chance. I felt really good about what I was doing, and Scottish Open, I felt as if I'd done that once or twice a couple of years ago when I had a chance to win there. So learning from it all the time as well was good, and just kind of try to keep the confidence going, and keep telling yourself, all I was kept telling myself was, you know, commit to the shot, trust in my swing, and just commit as much as I possibly could, and I'd done that right up to the very last hole today.
Thanks, Mark. I don't think Archie's going to take any questions, but we'll have some for you.
Is there any particular thing in your game that has been a success this week?
Yeah, I think driving the ball has been very good. Like I said yesterday, a lot of crosswinds. I actually put a new driver in the bag last week, the new Callaway V series. You know, I took massive confidence from last week. It was a really tight golf course there last week, with no wind, and then coming here, a lot of wind to drive the ball as well as I did. Obviously yesterday, you know, there's a lot of long rough out here. If you're not driving it and play off the tee, you can make a lot of bogeys, and we've seen with the scoring yesterday how tough a golf course it is when the wind's like that. So I'd say driving was definitely the key to my good play this weekend.
Mark, can you give us a few, try to explain what it's like stepping up at the 16th tee and walking up towards the gallery up there?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. We had the group in front had a bit of trouble at the 15th green, and we were kind of talking about it before we even got to the 15th green, that what was coming at 16. You know,
even Thomas Bjorn making selfies today up there.
Did he? Yeah. No, did he? Yeah, I think Joel done that the other day, which was the first time I've ever seen it in a golf tournament. But you know, if ever a hole was justifiable to do that, that's definitely it. I wish I had my phone closer to me, I could have got one. But yeah, I think even things like that just adds to the whole fun atmosphere. I think they were giving rubber ducks or something. Yeah. Is that right? The noise. You know, obviously guys like Thomas Bjorn taking selfies just adds to the whole atmosphere of it, and the clapping at the one time as well gets deafening at times.
We're surprised by the support that it's not just the Danes, but all you guys that get the same support down there.
Yeah, you know, if you, in 16 in particular, if you hit a good shot, it's a massive roar no matter who you are. And obviously playing with Thomas the first 2 days, was the support he was getting was obviously incredible. It was going to bring massive crowds just to watch him alone, and so I kind of sampled a bit of it Thursday, Friday, and then it was the exact same for us today. It was absolutely phenomenal. A great advert for the European Tour and as a whole.
you talked about your driving quite well this week, but coming back from the Scottish and then up until now, is there any part of the game's just been getting better, or why now? I mean, is it so great?
Well, I changed coach probably about, should it be 6-8 weeks ago now, and you know, I haven't really changed massive amounts in my swing, but it's just really simplified everything. You know, the only swing thoughts I really have are just about getting set up properly, getting balanced at address, which I wasn't before, and that allows me to make a more balanced, more solid golf swing. So I think for consistency that's massive, and my results the last few weeks have shown, obviously I'm getting the hang of that. But even, you know, coming down the last few holes under pressure there, I knew exactly what I had to do to commit to the shot, and it was just, you know, there was no technical thoughts at all. It was just a real free golf swing. For me, that would be something new. I'd be kind of a person who could get quite technical in the past, but to be as free, kind of flowing as I was the last few holes is, you know, really, really pleasing. Take massive confidence from that.
Question in the middle there.
Yes. This win, it will boost you on both the race to Dubai and the world rankings. What is your coming schedule? Will it change anything, or?
No, I was always taking next week off purely because I knew this was going to be such a good event. I came back from America straight here to play, and then next week was always going to be a week off for me, and then I'm playing 4 in a row after that. So that was always going to be my schedule, and I think it will continue to be.
There's Ryder Cup coming up, and there's a captain's pick. It's played in Scotland. You're Scottish. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a little bit too late in the day. You know, the captain's picks for Paul was going to be really difficult anyway. You know, there's a few big names who haven't quite played themselves onto the team yet. So, you know, it's not really in my thoughts. It's, you know, it's just one of those things. If I'd won maybe 6-8 weeks ago, you could say, oh, if you win another 1 or 2 events, then. But I just, unfortunately, with the kind of the run finishing in 2 weeks' time, I don't really think I'll be in the running for a pick.
Any more questions from Mark? Right at the back.
Talking about that 16th green, when we've seen Gregory Avray make tweets about it as being better than the Open and stuff like that, do you think that this kind of rumour will spread among the players and then they'll be wanting to come here next year? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you want to play in front of that? I think, you know, when you guys see it on TV, guys who didn't play this week will be jealous that we're getting to play in front of that atmosphere. You know, as a golfer, we don't play in front of crowds like that, you know, not every week. We don't do it very often, to be perfectly honest. It is only majors in Europe. The only tournaments that could rival that, Wentworth, the Open, Scottish Open. Outside of that, there's not many, you know, and it just adds for us, you know, it's just adds to the whole occasion like it does for everyone else. You know, you go there and you don't want to, if there's 4 people out, you know, there's no real atmosphere to that. But if there's, it seems like 4,000 round a green, which is only, it was 106 yards today. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's just a natural arena, and it just goes to show, to create exciting golf holes, they don't have to be 700 yards or, you know, 250 yard par 3s. If they're designed properly, they can be as good as that 16th is.
Will you be back next year to defend?
Yeah. Yes, I will be, definitely. You know, it's one thing, you don't, as a professional golfer, your win rate is pretty low compared to the amount of events you play. So the honour of coming back to a tournament to defend is one I'm looking forward to already, and you know, hopefully I have many more chances to do it throughout my career, and hopefully I'll do it every time.